Long before European peoples arrived, First Nations like the Stolo and Musqueam lived along the Fraser River. This river provided food, travel, and trade for thousands of years, and in 1859, the British founded New Westminster along the river as the capital of the colony of British Columbia. The Pattullo Bridge that has spanned the Fraser River for over 89 years has a newly built replacement called the Asəm Bridge. But why is this new bridge being built, and what's with its new name? To understand the full story, I need to tell you a short history lesson. The Pattullo Bridge opened in 1937, connecting New Westminster and Surrey across the Fraser River. It was named after Thomas Dufferin Pattullo, British Columbia's premier at the time, who supported its construction to improve transportation and trade. Today, the Pattullo Bridge is being replaced because it's old, narrow, and not built to modern safety standards. It's being replaced by the Stal Bridge, which will be wider, safer, and better designed for modern traffic, earthquakes, and cyclists. In December, the Stal Bridge was given its name by the Kwantlen First Nation and the Musqueam Indian Band. The new Stal Bridge is opening next month for all 4 lanes of traffic, but it's seen a lot of backlash for its First Nations name. Let's see what some people on social media have to say about it. Some comments are just outright funny. Western Star said, "How is anyone except a native going to know how to say this word? This is the most stupidest name I've ever read. I don't even know how to spell that. Stupid, 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 stupid. I will call it the Stupid Bridge." But other comments bring up some seemingly fair points. Matthew Jasper said it's a name that no one will use because they can't pronounce it and that people won't learn how to pronounce it. Other people have their concerns about its use in GPS routing. In apps like Apple Maps and Google Maps, it might be hard to find the bridge because of its use of non-English letters. But there's a very fair reason for its renaming from Pattullo. Thomas Pattullo, BC's premier in the 1930s, opposed extending voting rights to Chinese and Japanese Canadians, a stance today seen as racist and exclusionary. Because of this history, many argue that it doesn't make sense to keep Pattullo's name on a major crossing, and people struggling with the pronunciation or GPS routing of the new Stal Bridge can use the English translation of Riverview. The reasoning for the decision to change the name was about not continuing to honor a controversial figure and better reflecting the region's history and values today. The name refers to the Fraser River and the viewing of the water. It was chosen instead of Pattullo to better reflect Indigenous history and modern values. Those modern values include First Nations people and acknowledging them. The Fraser River was and is an important place for the people that have lived here for thousands of years, so it makes sense that the BC government would want to replace the name of a potentially racist premier with a name that acknowledges the land it spans across. The new name might be hard to pronounce and confusing to some, but that's why there's an English translation of it. Over time, this name will seem less daunting, be used more in everyday talk or commuting, and we will become used to calling it Stal or Riverview.